Every road tells a story, but some tales are shrouded in mystery, echoing through the whispers of the night. One such enigma is the unsettling presence of a figure that appears when least expected, evoking feelings of dread and curiosity among those who encounter her. The woman in white, the apparition that appears on the roads and leaves no trace. In different parts of the world, drivers tell the same story, even without ever having met. On an empty road, in the middle of the night, the figure of a woman dressed in white appears, standing by the roadside. She seems lost, fragile, like someone who needs help. Those who pass by feel a strange impulse to slow down, to stop, to offer a ride. The woman in white does not scream, does not chase after cars. She simply waits, motionless, as if she knows someone will look at her. The origin of the legend mixes with ancient stories of tragedies. In some versions, the woman in white died in an accident on the road. In others, she was abandoned, betrayed, or lost someone she loved, and began to wander the paths in search of something she will never find again. What changes from place to place is the reason for her presence. What does not change is the way she always appears, in the same isolated stretches, dangerous curves, old bridges, places where silence seems heavier. Drivers who claim to have seen the woman in white describe the same sensation, a sudden chill, a tightness in the chest, as if something were wrong, even before they realized what they were seeing. Some say that, as they approach, the figure simply disappears. Others tell that the woman accepts the ride, silently gets into the back seat, and minutes later, vanishes from the vehicle without leaving a trace. There is no sound of a door opening, no visible movement. She simply is no longer there. The seat remains cold, as if no one had ever sat there. There are even more disturbing accounts. People claim that when they look in the rearview mirror, they saw the woman in white, staring directly at the driver, with an empty, expressionless gaze. There is no hatred, no evident sadness, just an emptiness that conveys the feeling that that figure does not belong to the world of the living. Some say that after the encounter they experienced minor accidents further along, as if the apparition were a silent omen, a warning that arrived too late. In rural areas, the legend takes on an even older tone. Residents say that the woman in white appears near gates, dirt trails, abandoned chapels. Sometimes she is seen walking slowly among the trees, her light dress contrasting with the darkness of the forest. There are no audible footsteps. There is no noise of breaking branches. Just the image of someone who seems to float above the ground, as if she does not fully touch the physical world. Over time, the story of the woman in white has gained more symbolic interpretations. For some, she represents the mourning that never ends, the pain that remains tied to a specific place. For others, she is the personification of regret, of wrong decisions that echo forever. The figure of the woman dressed in white, traditionally associated with purity and life, here emerges linked to death and loss, creating a contrast that makes the legend even more unsettling. The most intriguing thing is that the woman in white appears in different cultures, with details unique to each region. In Latin American countries, she is intertwined with legends of women who died waiting for someone who never returned. In Europe, she is associated with castles, old roads, and bridges where tragedies occurred. In North America, she appears as the ghostly hitchhiker who disappears in the middle of the journey. The story changes, but the feeling it evokes is always the same: the sensation of having crossed paths with something that should not be there. Perhaps the strength of this legend lies in the fact that it occurs in a familiar space. The road, the way back home, the daily route. Places we associate with safety become scenes of something inexplicable. The woman in white emerges as a reminder that even in seemingly ordinary routines, there is a layer of mystery that we do not control. A moment of distraction, a glance in the rearview mirror, and reality seems to change shape. Now, as you listen to this story, it is worth thinking. How many times have you driven at night on an empty road and felt that chill for no apparent reason? How many times have you looked at the shoulder and had the impression of seeing someone standing there, even when no one was present? How many times have you moved on with the feeling that something was left behind, watching in silence as you moved away into the darkness? What you saw is only part of the story. To stay up to date on upcoming facts, mysteries, and revelations, like, subscribe, and follow our channel.